What's going on, boxing fans? It's Jordan Williams with The Distance, here with another video today. This one's for my top 5 welterweights. I have 2 at number 1. I have a tie at number 1. This one is Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Leonard was part of the 1976 Olympic boxing team. One of the best in history. 76 and 84, have two of the best teams ever. You could argue 96, but at the same time, 96 or I just fucked up my words, but 76, produced some great boxers, produced some good future champions. You had Howard Davis Jr., you had Sugar Ray Leonard, you had Michael Spinks, Leon Spinks. You had some future world champions, and I'll admit, you had a couple busts in there, but at the same time, you had a very good team. And Sugar Ray Leonard, came out, became the legendary one, became a household name out of all, the people on this legendary team of the '76 Olympic team. So, Sugar Ray Leonard, former welterweight champion, but only held the championship in a 2-year stretch on 2 occasions. In 1981, he became the unified champion when he defeated Tommy Hearns in about 14 rounds by a technical knockout. Because we all remember, towards the end of that fight, Leonard was able to get inside that jab, and like in that last round, he hurt Hearns, and pretty much the rest is history. But the career of Sugar Ray Leonard, that fighting style. Sugar Ray Leonard's fighting style was difficult for a lot of fighters, and even some of the people on my on my list, including Kid Gavilan, who was number 2. He would have a lot of trouble against Sugar Ray Leonard. 1, because of the hand speed, and 2 is because of the movement. Sugar Ray Leonard didn't really have to fight with you. He could he could stay on the outside, come in, get a few shots off, go back on that. Well, I fucked up again. But anyway, come in on the inside, get a few shots off, go back on the outside, and jab. And on top of that, there was a lot of interchangeability in that style. He could stand outside and box. He could come on the inside and brawl. Sometimes he did get caught, with some shots, but at the same time, he had some great hand speed. He had the hand speed. He had the toughness to make up for it. Sugar Ray Leonard was a very tough fighter. He took some of Hearns' best jabs in that fight back in '81. Took some of Hearns' best jabs. Hearns stayed on the outside, and he was and I believe he actually broke his nose from what I know. Something was wrong with him. Because Leonard, seemed to. There was something wrong with him. I've heard stories about it was the Hearns fight where he first messed up his eye. I don't think it was even the Hearns fight, but it's just it's hearsay. But anyway, Sugar Ray Leonard first won the welterweight championship in 1979. I believe he defeated Pete Ranzani in '79 for the NABF welterweight title. And '79 was a great year for Sugar Ray Leonard. He had quite a few fights, and including one with the legendary Wilfred Benitez, who he defeated for the WBC welterweight championship in 1979. And he had a couple fights, and we all know the 2 legendary fights between Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran, and who's another person I've heard from people that could have messed up his eye, whatever. But we all remember the first fight. Sugar Ray Leonard wasn't necessarily fighting the style he should have fought. He was standing right in front of Roberto Duran, in the early goings. And though the first fight, the brawl in Montreal, was a tight fight, I did think Duran won. But if Sugar Ray Leonard would, just stood outside and boxed a bit, or boxed against Roberto Duran, he would have won the fight. Won the first fight. We all know the second fight, the No Mas fight, when Duran quit in the 8th round. But overall, victories over Dave Green, Dick Eklund, who's who I think has a movie about himself. I think Christian Bale's playing him, but Dick Eklund, Kevin Howard, Bruce Finch, Thomas Hearns, Wilfred Benitez. Pretty good victories over the career at welterweight for Sugar Ray Leonard. But me, I think that I myself, he only lost one fight at welterweight, and his only loss was against a great fighter, one of the greatest lightweights of all time, Roberto Duran. But at the same time, he is, you only have to wonder how would that second fight with Duran go if he wouldn't have quit. If there, and even though this is a video about Sugar Ray Leonard, I really wonder what was the real reason for Duran quitting in that fight. It's something that I'll never know. The only person who's gonna know is Roberto Duran. But that's his only loss at welterweight. Unified the belts in 1981. It was the 1981 Ring Magazine Fight of the Year as well. Against Tommy Hearns. Anyway, that was one of my number ones for my top 5 welterweights. I'll be back with my other number one in a bit. But anyway, thanks for watching. Peace.